And that's a look west along Richmond Street East, and off in the distance you can see the financial district. And hey there, today is Tuesday, June 10th. It is 11:06 a.m. and the temperature is about 19 degrees Celsius, and this is an early one for me. Usually I'm still at home right now. Sometimes I've crawled back into bed, but I thought I'd get out and record a bike ride. And for this one, I'll be doing a circuit along the Richmond Street and Adelaide Street cycle track. So what I'll be doing is heading west along Richmond Street over to, I think, where it ends at Strawn Avenue. Then I'm going to turn around and come back along Adelaide Street, which is just to the south of here. That's a one-way street going in the opposite direction of Richmond Street. I think it's a little over 4 kilometers in each direction. I've got with me my Movin' Mini folding e-bike. And I'll put a link to this bike down in the description if you're interested. It's become my favorite two-wheeled mode of transportation. All right, I'm gonna put this camera away, get the Osmo Action 4 fired up, and we'll get rolling. That's Power Street I just crossed. And the cycle track starts just on the other side of Parliament Street here. We're on the east side of downtown. And I think it should be a relatively quiet time of day as far as both vehicle and bicycle traffic goes. It's a very different experience taking this route during rush hour. This is Berkeley Street. And always this side of town is a bit on the quiet side. There's a lot of new developments and residents moving into the east side of downtown. And with that comes a lot of construction, such as what's on the right here, and interruptions in the cycle track. And depending on which source you consult, the Richmond Adelaide cycle track is either the busiest or second busiest. Or cycling along with Bloor Street and Danforth. This is Sherbourne Street, a north-south street that has dedicated bike lanes. These were installed back in 2014 as part of a pilot project. Well, not this stretch. It was originally just on the west side of downtown on Richmond and Adelaide, but by 2016, they had expanded it all the way east to Parliament. And in 2019, City Council voted to make it permanent. As we get to George Street, and there's the George Street Diner on the right. That's a neighborhood staple in this area. Whoa, come on. That guy like nearly turned right into me. What this first cab did, I was about to say it was okay, but that is very not okay. He wasn't turning right there. But the guy who almost swerved into me was turning right. Welcome to Toronto. As you can see, it's not fully protected all the way through. But this certainly counts as proper cycling infrastructure, unlike a painted bike lane. All right, we're at Church Street. And here, we're going to start seeing some streetcars. As due to the Ontario Line construction on Queen Street, the Queen Street cars have been diverted between here and York Street along Adelaide and Richmond. And it should be like this for the next 4 years or so. There's a streetcar up ahead. We're at Victoria Street. Hot Wheels forwarding. Must be some fancy cars in there. And this is Yonge Street. And we're now on the west side of downtown in the financial district. And that's something to contend with, the loading and unloading of streetcars on here. Whenever a transit vehicle's lights are flashing on the side, you do have to stop. You'll see a lot of drivers and cyclists blow right by them though. And if this guy isn't going straight, he shouldn't be on the right side of the bike lane there. Potentially blocking any right-turning vehicles. As we get to Bay Street. Maybe he is turning right. I'm just going a rather gingerly 17 kilometers per hour right now. And that is why you ring your bell when you pass close to someone. If me or this guy in front veered to our left to avoid a pothole or something, that wouldn't have been good. There's a Hilton on the left, University Avenue coming up. And we've left the financial district and entered the entertainment district. There's a new Thai restaurant. It's kind of like a tapas street food style restaurant on the left. Taipei Tavern by Chef Nui, who is behind Pai and Supu Thai and a few other spots. I actually had reservations for there on Saturday, but ended up canceling them and going somewhere else. It's just more of a patio kind of night. That's the old Chum building on the right. Idiot. He had headphones on, there wasn't much use. Screaming at the guy. And this is Peter Street. And this used to be a very popular bar on the right, Fez Boutique. Now it's a drop-in center, and it was quite controversial when that went in. It was kind of near the end of this area's heydays as being ground zero for the city's nightlife. There's a lot of old textile factories and warehouses in the area that kind of were ideal spots for nightclubs and that sort of thing. A lot of condos moved into the area, and along with it brought complaining residents about all the noise. That guy's riding on gas power. As we cross Spadina. Just north of here, in between Richmond and Queen, is Graffiti Alley running parallel to this route. And I guess now with lunch hour approaching, we'll see more and more food delivery guys out. And gals, but it seems to be mostly guys. I've still got some creaks coming out of the stem in this bike. Hopefully the mics aren't picking them up too clearly. That sort of came to be from when I had to do some off-roading going down the Don Trail 2 weekends ago. This is Bathurst Street coming up, so we'll be leaving downtown. I had originally planned a walking video along Richmond, and then I was going to do another one in the other direction on Adelaide. I thought maybe a slow bike ride would be a little better. But the air quality seems to be decent today. Given that a few days ago, Toronto, for a period of the day at least, had the worst air quality in the entire world. Well, that was last Friday, due to the wildfires in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Now it's going to be mostly residential until the turnaround point. And now Richmond's a one-way street in the other direction. Make a little jog left here at Niagara. All right, so that's the first 4.5 kilometers or so of this journey. We're going to make a left onto Strawn. And then a left onto Adelaide. Where we stop. And now it's eastbound on Adelaide Street. I have a friend who lives on Adelaide. As I roll past Stanley Park. Back to Niagara Street. And his kid goes to the school on the right. Protected bike lanes will appear once I get east of Bathurst Street.
Okay guys, I'm back to later.
I like how the Sharrow just darts over to the left here. Nothing could be more useless than a Sharrow.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the bicycle signal. Sweet. And this bike lane was recently moved to the north side. It was on the south side. And dedicated lights have gone in at some of these intersections. And I think at York Street, that intersection was reconfigured. And there's an interesting, almost obstacle that was intentionally put in the bike lane. You'll see what I mean when we get there. And we'll also see streetcar tracks appear on Adelaide as we get towards the financial district. This is Brant Street. Hey, there's an Impact Kitchen here. Those are popping up everywhere. Still can't get over the first time I went there. I just had a chicken bowl and it set me back, or I think I had a beef bowl and it was like 26 bucks for like a takeout lunch. And as good as it was, I'm not paying sit-down restaurant prices for a takeout meal. But so far, as expected, traffic is light. Cycling activity is light. As we get to Spadina. Was once a view of the financial district off in the distance is now entirely blocked by condos. Can't see the CN Tower either. Someone on inline skates. She was wearing K2s. I had a pair of Oxygen brand way back when. And you can see the streetcar tracks have appeared. The cycle light says go, but this guy's just chilling here. What's he doing? This is Duncan Street. Having dedicated cycling signals makes sense, especially with left-turning vehicles here. They can run an advanced green, but hold the cyclists up. Simcoe Streets. And you'll notice there's a dedicated left turn signal as well, in addition to lights for cyclists. I don't think I've ever had one of these delivery guys ring their bell or say on your left when they pass. Not that all cyclists do that anyways, but 0% of these guys do it. And here's where you're supposed to go left. There's no one behind me. I'll show you what I mean after these guys take off. They've got this here to filter traffic left. A lot of people on their bikes will go right around it. I bet someone's hit that and wiped out. And I think there's a very good reason for it. Someone from the city explained it was placed there intentionally. And that reason I'm forgetting, but I don't hate it, as long as you're paying attention to where you're riding. What's this guy doing? Blasting the wrong way. Fuck people like that. Now what's he doing? He's probably going to do the same at the next intersection. Look at that Ferrari. Probably pulling into the St. Regis on the right here. Let's see. Yep. It's not uncommon to see a lot of expensive vehicles pulling in there. That's for that guy going the wrong way in the bike lanes. 9 times out of 10, those are delivery riders when you see that sort of thing. I posted a video last week on that very topic. And considering there's a bike lane in the other direction, just a block north of here on Richmond. What's this guy doing? Looks like there was another cyclist. That guy wasn't a delivery driver going the wrong way. Now we're on the east side of downtown. This is Church Street. The intersection is closed just south of here for pretty much the entire summer due to water main replacement. Someone else who doesn't ring. Water main replacement and streetcar track upgrades. Jarvis Streets. There we go, advanced turn for the motorists. The light. He was in La La Land. He wasn't even looking at his phone. We all do that from time to time. And the first ever post office is just on the left. Toronto's first post office. And I think the first one in Upper Canada. That guy almost smoked a pedestrian. Based on how late he braked and the fact that he just ran the red when he had the chance to. He had no intentions on stopping until he saw that person. And he wasn't even paying attention because that was an easy one to anticipate. She was very clearly going across. This is Sherbourne Street. The banknotes. And this is Berkeley Street. So we're just a few blocks away from completing this full circuit. I think about 3 years ago I did this same circuit on an e-scooter. Oh, I can keep going. My bad. I didn't seem to recall that I could just turn left here to get back to where we started. Here we go. Full circuit. That is Eastern Avenue. That turns into Richmond and Adelaide. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Riding west on Richmond Street, then east on Adelaide Street. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. There's a look at the bike. And there's a look at the dummy who was just riding the bike. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink!